Hello, everyone. Our project is Peace in Sweet Dreams. And lessons learned from children through lullaby and painting. So I want to start by referring to the current demonstrations in Occupy Israel movement. We are all influenced by this current demonstration actually during the Occupy Israel movement. And we think that we have seen two crucial things there. One of them is how we as a young people, young generation, could change something by being all together. And the second one is how the creativity could be an important tool for expressing our feelings. So now I want to read a sentence from John Lennon. He says, when it gets down to having to use violence, then you are playing the system's game. The establishment will irritate you, pull your beard, flip your face to make you fight. Because once they got you violent, then they know how to handle you. The only thing they don't know how to handle is non-violence and humor. So, in our project, we aim to leave this theme to the children and to their humor sense and their creativity. Why choose children? Because they are naive, because they have a lack of prejudice, and they have full of dream and imagination. And our project aims to reveal the children's imagination, to provide alternative discourse of peace, and to provide interaction between Armenian and Turkish children.
So our project consists of two teams, and first of all we're going to have paintings. We're going to have an exhibition that consists of paintings which are drawn by Armenian and Turkish children, and we're going to have an exhibition that shows all those paintings, and the theme of those paintings is going to be about peace. So we're going to ask children to paint about peace. And the second one is going to be about, we're going to find a common Turkish and Armenian lullabies, and we're going to ask Armenian and Turkish singers. We're going to find one Armenian singer and one Turkish singer, and ask them to sing those common lullabies. So in the sense, our project consists of two legs, two breaks. And when we come up with this lullaby, so let me first of all get rid of this TikTok. No, it's not coming from my laptop. So when we come up with this, when those singers sing the lullabies, we're going to come up with a video that consists of the paintings and the lullaby themselves. So this is the full plan to execute the project. And for the first section in the exhibition phase, first of all we're going to contact with two NGOs from Armenia and Turkey. For the Armenian, so we're gonna request the help of Armen, who run an NGO in Yerevan, and he already get in touch with children, and he used to work with children for a project. So we're gonna ask his help to use his network of children, and we're gonna get in touch with the NGO who used to work in Armenian-Turkish reconciliation project, which is Anadolu Kültür. So we're going to ask their help to provide us children who previously involved in this kind of projects. when we find the children, so we're gonna ask them to paint how they imagine peace, and once they do their paintings, we're gonna collect those paintings and to show them an exhibition in Yerevan and Istanbul. And we're gonna ask again the help of those NGOs to organize the exhibitions. And in the second phase, about the lullabies, we're gonna first of all get in touch with the Armenian and Turkish singers, and then we're gonna find that, as we know, there's some research on the common Turkish and Armenian lullabies. There's a thesis written in Bosphorus University about the common Armenian and Turkish lullabies. So we're gonna get in touch with the professor who wrote that dissertation. And once we find the lullabies, we're gonna get in touch with the Armenian and Turkish singers, and we're gonna request the help of Lily to find an Armenian singer. And we will have some ideas about the Turkish singer who might help us to sing the Armenian lullaby, Turkish lullaby. And once then we're gonna come up with a video that consists of the lullaby and the paintings, and then we're gonna distribute that video on social media. So why did we choose? Do I continue or yeah? Okay. Why did we choose paintings and lullaby? So the main thing that inspired us is that we want to do something related to children, and the main reason is that after the assassination of Hrant Dink, the wife of the Hrant Dink said that there's a darkness in Turkey that creates murderers out of children, and so we need to find out the reasons what makes these children become a murderer, get filled with so much hatred discourse. What makes these children become so hateful towards others? So this is why we wanted to focus on the children, and first of all we want them to reveal their ideas of peace, because we assume that we believe that children have a pure utopian idea of peace, where the dignities are not violated, where all the dignities can cohabit with each other, coexist with each other. And the second one, we want these children to hear Armenian children to hear the Turkish lullabies, and we want Turkish children to hear the Armenian lullabies, and we want those both children to know each other's lullaby and to live and to get grown up with those lullabies. So we want to kind of have an impact in conscious and unconscious level in the children. So because during the discussions we find out that these children, when we hear stories in our formative years, in childhood years, those are really powerful, and those are real impact in the rest of our lives. So we wanna create a change in the formative years of a person.
And for the lullabies, what we think is that because the lullabies are the music that have only the melody, so they do not have any identity, any race, any religion. So it's only for children and for them to feel themselves as safe, and then to feel themselves that their parents are caring them. That's why the lullabies are like universal, and they do not have any religion or language, or they do not belong to any single country. The only thing is that to make the children feel happy and show that he or she is important in the world. That's why we are proceeding with the lullabies in this case, and then the universality of the music which we see in the lullabies and in our cultures. And then this is of course important, as I say, caring nature of the lullaby will be the key in order to build in the unconscious level of the children, as my friend John said. That's why we choose paintings and lullabies together in order to complement each other, both in visual and in the unconscious sense. And then the outcomes of the project, first we would like to have an interaction at the children's level, because as we thought, the children is the first level of the civil society. And then we have to understand what makes them as they are, or what makes them the nation or the citizens of their own country. That's why what we think is that the children should be the place that we should start in order to solve the conflict between Armenian territories. And then, of course, the other aim is to provide cultural are the key themes or the key materials that we will use in this project. And lastly, as we also said at the beginning, we will make visible the queerness of the children with regard to the theme of the peace, because we are living in the 21st century and then we have to do something in order to overcome our violent history. And then further goes, this is the first step of the project, and if we can manage this, so we want to create some kind of a children's civil society in the further step. But of course, this requires much more funding, and this is something serious and something requires responsibility. And then if we believe that, and if we see that we can manage the first step, we would like to create a summer school, which will be some kind of an entertainment camp, which would be consisted of the children of the two communities, and we will gather them and we will make them a group, and then we will create a camp for them which they can play together, they can sing together, or they can make toys together in order to make the interaction between them closer and better. But of course this has some problems, as the first one will be the responsibility part, because these are the children and then we need the permission of their families. And maybe their families can be biased, both in the Turkish side and the Armenian side. That's why this is the problem that we have to deal with in the further stages. But we believe that if we can handle it, we can manage this entertainment camp project, because the aim is to make the children more visible in the societies and then to make a kind of entertainment camp, which will be the start of the civil society between these two communities. As John said, after the assassination of the King, as Raquel said, we need to understand what makes the babies, the killers, the murderers of their citizens that they are living within their own country. So that's why I think that children's